talk about one of my favorite things, and it's plants. Apparently. Now see that I have a lot of them. This is dedication here, this is passion. Started actually with just a simple cactus and a succulent. I just wanted to add some like color to my apartment. So warning, if you get a succulent, you may end up with all of this. I just liked taking care of them. I liked watching them grow. I liked learning about them. If you do end up getting into plants, you'll have to kind of troubleshoot them a little bit and learn what they like and learn what they don't like to see if your environment is good for them or not. It's a growing process. So I'm just gonna touch on some of my favorites. This is a Monstera. You'll likely see this in a lot of plant Instagram. It's really beautiful. It will continue to grow out and long and really cool leaves. They will get holes in them. Kind of just like a sign that you have taken good care of it. The plant is mature. So when you get those holes in it, that's a good thing. This is an elephant ear here. This one generally is outside, but I'm doing my best to keep it inside. He's really cool, and they eventually get huge, which I love. I think part of my fascination with plants, kind of like being in like a Jurassic Park situation. Anything that looks like we're in the middle of like the rainforest.
They look so perfect that they look like a prop, and that's why I think I like them.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that I don't have art pieces. I love art, but you know, can't buy art right now. So I kind of see plants as a form of art.
It's like velvet.
Yes, this is an Alocasia Frydek. So this is actually in the same species as elephant ear. As you can see, they both have kind of like this Y. It likes to be watered. You'll also have to learn which plants to get based on how much of a waterer you are. Do you like to water them a lot? Do you like to baby them? Do you just like to ignore them? I'm kind of in the middle. I like to pay them attention, but at the same time, if I have an overly needy plant, you will find that I get kind of exhausted with it, and it may find its way out. Speaking of not needy plants, I recently became really obsessed with Hoya. So Hoya, you're kind of in for it for the leaves. All kind of have these thick leaves, and this one is a reverse variegated Kerrii, I think it's called. When I saw heart shape, I needed it. This is again also in the Hoya family. This one is, I think it's called Hindu rope, but it's really beautiful. It's one of my top favorites too. My friend called it the tortellini plant.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I think looking at my plants, I like the weirdos. I can see that I do like the strange guys. So I love this one. It's really cool. And you can see where the name comes from, like fairy tale castle. It does look like a little castle. Like a little art piece. I didn't know I would ever want this one, but then when I saw him, I was just like, he's strange. And I like that. I think it's also called the African mask.
Ooh, I can see that.
Another popular species.
Adorable.
It's a Peperomia.
Very futuristic looking. I think of like little futuristic like pods sticking out.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's one of those plants that you see often. I think they call it like a friendship plant because I really take off them and then like replant them. So I could like take one out and give it to him. He's growing.
That one's adorable.
Yeah. Babies, I guess they call it. Also in the same family are these two. Peperomia Hope. Looks like a little art piece to me.
I like the pot they use to go with it.
Keep them in the nursery pots for a while. They do thrive once they are potted. This one's the watermelon.
It does look like little watermelon leaves. That's so cute.
Another Hoya. Cool little delicate white leaves on it. I like their thick leaves. I love that white on there. And I just like kind of how wild he looks. So this was one that when I found it, I knew I loved it. You'll find that a lot when you're kind of plant shopping. If you ever see HDTV or any like plant in a house, it's this plant. It's the fiddly fig, probably the most popular house plant. They can be expensive, but I found mine for a really good deal at a local nursery. I highly suggest trying to find a local nursery that will give you a deal, because to me, I don't want to spend too much on a plant. It may die. Let's be real. Ones are kind of picky. They fuss at you a little bit. So far he's been good, but it fills the space really well. They end up growing into like big trees and they look really, really cool. It's kind of like one of those ones that you leave in the space that is successful and do not move it. He's been growing, he's stable. We'll see. Calathea family.
I like the hues of pink.
Yeah, the fact that there's a pink plant, I think it's called like a triostar. These close up at night because it like gets all tight. I was like, oh my God, I killed it already. But no, they just close at night. They're very interesting. I called her Bahama Mama, even though she has nothing to do with Bahamas. Here's my favorite cactus.
I love that pot too. It's so, I love the little feet. It's very interesting, and again, it suits it very well.
It does. Yeah.
Maybe your calling is to be a plant designer, and people will call you up and go, okay, I need plants, I need pots, make it happen.
Make it happen. Hey. Worst things can happen. That'd be awesome. This is actually its nursery pot. I have to plant it in here. Unfortunately, this pot does not have a drainage hole. You will find a lot of plants or pots that you like will not have a drainage hole, and most plants need to have somewhere for that water to go, or it'll get root rot. And actually, a lot of my pots don't have drainage holes. Hasn't been too much of a problem yet, but I just kind of lightly water. Part of plants is that you get them, learn them. Some of them will die. I personally do not make love to my plants. I love them. Trust me, I will do my best to keep them alive, but if I have given my all to one and it's dying, and it just didn't work out, I take it as a learning lesson, and you just kind of go on to the next. That's what we gotta do in life. Coming out right now. So she's apparently these ones are fickle, but mine has just been loving.
You've got great lighting here in your apartment, so I think that has really helped your plants.
I agree. I think if I moved somewhere else, it would probably be a lot more trouble. I love my boobies. So again, this to me is like an art piece. I just love the expression, and I love the plant mixed with the pot, and that's what you can get creative and find things that you think is a cool combination, but I really love this one. She's come to be one of my favorites. If you get into plants, you will find yourself with a money tree. It's just kind of how it is. It's like a rite of passage. They're affordable. This was like, I don't know, $7. It came with its own pot, but they just grow and grow and grow, and they'll eventually become a big tree.
That one's speaking to me.
Yeah, do you like this one? Do you think it's
I think it's cute.
This is a snake plant. You do need a plant that is not a big fuss. This is a great one. As you can see, I still have it's still in its nursery pot, so I actually have to pot it soon into this pot so it can actually get comfy. If you just put it somewhere, you're pretty much good to go. And they're cool. I think they're really like...
Yeah, it does look very wild. I like that.
Yeah, so he's a good statement plant. If you want something, and again, you can match it with a really cool pot. I like this white pot. It does get crowded, as you can see. So yeah, tall plants. Definitely the way to go. Oh, do you remember getting this one with me? So this is my first big one.
Yes,
so that was so cute.
It actually is a lot bigger than I remember. It's crazy.
It's grown, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I started with small plants, and then this was my first big one. We went to Home Depot, and I was just like, I was in a place, and I just felt like going big. So I got this one, and I love it. It's a bird of paradise. It's really beautiful. I need to wipe its leaves better, but again, another one that's like really, really lovely in houses. You can put cool pots to it. The leaf right here.
Wow.
One of my first ones also was a pothos. These are very popular house plants. This is the kind of one that you just got too.
Yeah.
I have brought him back, and now he's lush. They're very resilient. You just got to give them the right amount of light, and they'll do right by you. And they're very beautiful. They're holding on to each other right now. Aww. Aww. But yeah. Pothos I can highly recommend for most house situations. Elvira was saying that she liked this one. This is a rubber tree.
I just like how they stick out. Instead of the leaves falling, they're very straight out. It has like a different appearance to it.
So this is actually in the same family as the fiddle leaf fig.
Really? Wouldn't have thought of that.
Less problematic. I literally forget this one half the time, and he's fine. So I don't know how they're in the same family, but they're a ficus. This is one of my favorites. It's called A Million Hearts. I actually don't know what species this is. I don't know if it's a Hoya or what, but it is stunning. It's so beautiful.
It's very fairy-like, very light to me.
Yeah, and it's low maintenance. I put it in a nice lit spot and water it ever so often, and it's good to go. Definitely one of my top favorites. And there's even like a variegated one. Beautiful. So if you find this one ever, I don't see it as often as I've seen a lot of these other ones. I would recommend getting it because it's stunning. Succulents. We'll show you some more succulents I have over another area, but I like
Shrek
the weirdos.
ears.
Yes, Shrek ears. She knows. Yeah, that's I like the weirdos. Like these are more of my succulents. We got string of pearls, highly difficult plant. I'll show you my other one here in a minute. It is not doing that great, but yeah, I think this is like another kind of like Shreky one. String of bananas. That one's doing pretty good. This is my spider plant. Love this one. I love the little curls.
Yeah.
This one was kind of throwing a fit at first when I first brought it in, but now it seems to be really happy. Don't get too panicked if you get a plant and it's not thriving like immediately. Part of being a plant owner is you just let it kind of be. Do your best. Put it in light. Give it the water you think you can. If it starts to decline, research it and try to figure out, you know, it's got a little brown on there. I'm not gonna freak out. So So this is a ZZ plant. This was in an office and I was able to take a little cutting of it and it has gotten roots. I propagated it basically, put it in water, it grew roots, and now it's in here. And so hopefully it'll continue to grow and become a full established plant. So maybe in a few months I can update you. It's like a full year process. So it took like 4 months just to get roots. So that's another fun thing with plants. I haven't really gotten into it that much, but you can literally create other plants, some more plants from your plants. Silvery and they call it, because it's kind of got silver. You can see it's still in its nursery pot. When you get a plant, you just kind of like let it adjust in its nursery pot to its home and like just kind of let it get used to the humidity and the sun, and then eventually you can repot it. Macrame, so really cool plant holders. You can make them yourself. Just gotta flex my macrame skills here. You can find like workshops. That's what I did. There was a workshop and then the lady taught us how to make it, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things I have. There's snake plants and my little Bulbasaur that Elvira just brought me.
Yeah, it's made with a 3D printer.
Yeah, which is so cool, and they did an awesome job. And it's a little air plant in there. This is my first air plant. You'll have to move plants around here and there to get them in the space that they're happier. So he seems really happy now. So he's doing better. You can see the growth here, but something happened. A mix of things happened up here, and he needs like a comb over. So as these grow, I will literally be like kind of like putting them on top and just filling in that space. So, oh my God, string of pearls. One of the hardest ones to take care of. Some people have beautiful, luxurious ones. This is where mine's at. I brought it all the way from Oregon though, on a plane, so it must survive. I am working very hard at it. Your old standard ivy with the Bulbasaur coming out. So my mommy got me these. They're little succulent pillows. I love them so much. As a plant lady, I have like a plant shower curtain. I've got plant pillows now. I don't know what's happened in my life in the last year, but apparently I'm a plant lady now. Any helpful tips if you have any that you see? Have fun collecting. A lot of it's just like going to the nurseries and seeing what like sings to you and just try with one plant and see what you think. Who knows, you may have all of this one day.